With any traumatic event in life, not just war, you're going to have some physiological effects. It's impossible not to.
And so what happens is these guys come home and their whole system is off.
Treating the chemical part, these guys can't do anything about. When you have an imbalance of your serotonin and norepinephrine, you are going to be a little bit different in the way that you handle things. You're not going to sleep. We can address those things and help these guys. There are treatments that before didn't exist that are coming up now that are clearly based on the physiology of the brain and how we store our fight, flight, or play dead responses. There's a lot we can do that isn't just the traditional psychology and counseling.
Today's returning veterans have access to a wide variety of treatments, including groundbreaking techniques on the cutting edge of medical science.
In PTSD specifically, we have things like prolonged exposure, which is an exposure therapy approach that helps the patient to confront and process difficult emotional memories.
One of the interesting approaches has been virtual reality or immersive experiences. These kinds of experiences are familiar to anybody who's ever played a video game.
Basically, the whole concept here is to use virtual reality simulations that are like what they experienced in conflict.
They can be taken back to a village in Iraq or a village in Afghanistan.
You put on that virtual reality headset and you're in an urban street that looks Middle Eastern, and you could hit a button on the keyboard and it would be nighttime, or another button, it'd be daytime. And the clinician knows the trauma experience of the patient, so they can select, all right, the trauma experience happened in a Humvee.
Maybe it's in a convoy, maybe you're going down a road.
We're putting them in the Humvee and hitting a button and blowing up an IED nearby.
You can hear the shouts, you can hear the gunfire.
It sounds harsh, but it's hard medicine for a hard problem. Our goal is to help people to face and process the hardest things they've ever gone through in their life. That's not an easy task.
And the beauty of virtual reality is, of course, you're not being asked to sit, close your eyes, and remember this. You're able to see it, to view it. You participate in it emotionally.
Patients do experience distress, but they can get through it. And you do it again and again, and then all of a sudden, it's almost more boring to talk about it than stressful. Patient becomes empowered. They can talk about things with their therapist that they never talk to anybody about. I've seen people that have come in tightly wrapped, bound, don't want to tell anything about their experience, and at the end, all of a sudden, 5, 6, 7 sessions in, I'm seeing patients that are telling long, evolved stories about the guy that died in their arms, something they couldn't bring themselves to do before. And that's when you can really start to do the good work.